Ministry of Ayush, Unami, all these different faculties, which are called the alternate medicines, are impacting physical health and also are intersecting with the modern medicine. So this program is centered around how yoga specifically, today being the yoga day, and also some of the expert speakers who may talk about other aspects. If they are Ayurveda experts may talk about that too and say how it is injecting a greater health, holistic health. And so we, as part of PSS movement, wanted to be doing an event like this, and then we are recognized by the Ministry of Ayush, CCRYNL, which is the research wing of Ministry of Ayush, which is propagating scientific evidence. And so then we are fortunate to be given this opportunity to talk through various aspects of evidence-based research and then study findings and the core subjects of yoga, what Patanjali Maharshi has said. And many such aspects today as part of this program through esteemed speakers who have been living and dying off meditation and yoga in their life, mindfulness practices in their life, and so then we'll listen through them. And of course, we'll have some meditations in between. And how many of you here associated with Pyramid Valley are those who are regularly come here to Pyramid Valley? How many here who come to Pyramid Valley regularly? Few. How many are new to meditation here? New to meditation, okay, so that's nice. So then most certainly, we'll have some interesting understanding of meditation, different ways, different methodologies that we have. Dr. Sai talk about the technology and tools integrating to bring out the Patanjali Maharshi stands for yoga and then yoga knowledge. And so how that is imbibed through this technology and tools, as Sai is going to talk about it, it's very important to accelerate adoption of it. Then Dr. Shero Apazi, who is PhD in yoga, is going to talk about the control group studies that is done at Vyasa, S-Vyasa, and then how meditation, the breath meditation, which is what we practiced just before, and we practice more of it during the day, and how that is helping to gain greater physical health. Then we have Dr. Nandini, who is from again S-Vyasa, another PhD in yoga, is going to talk about how mental health and stress relief is reduced, mental health is increased through this practice of yoga. And we have Professor Anuradha and then Sri Suresh Kalburgi, the corporate leaders and then professors. We're going to talk, and then Reshma ji is also, again another corporate leader, medical doctor Gagan, when they come in and join. They'll talk about practical application of this meditation and yoga in our daily life. Practical applications. How is it increasing my manifestation? How is it helping me, perform better at workplace? How is it building my relationship? Practical application should not be something out there. It has got to be more into our daily life. And then that's fundamental from Patri sir always. If you are meditating, it must translate towards a great life. It must translate towards a considerate, empathetic life. These two. And so there'll be a panel discussion around and say how practically it is applying. And I will talk through some of the research that Buddhasi Quantum Foundation has done in its 40-day program, what goes on, and then how people are seeing tremendous benefits and then results when they go through a 40-day program. And so I'll talk through that. So we have many of those topics covered today with interspersed with meditations. So let's begin immediately. And this is a program that is creating awareness. And of course, this is going live in 3 of our YouTube channels from Pyramid Valley, PMC Kannada, and Buddhasi Quantum Foundation, so that this knowledge will be available for anyone to be referred and then go through. But we will be journeying through some of the scientific research and evidences as we go along through the experts. Right, friends? So with that, hand it back to you. Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you, sir. To begin this session, this powerful knowledge session, today we are honored to have Dr. B. Shivarama Appa, who is Chairman, Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy, to talk about a research based talk on how yoga and meditation lead to a greater health. I request you, sir, to please come on the stage. Sir will be sharing about the scientific insights and clinical finding on how meditation enhances physical, mental, and emotional health. Welcome, sir.
Masters, very good morning with happy Yoga Day. At the outset, I would like to tell you that yoga is the property of India. It is born on this soil. It is a presentation, it's a very gift to all Indians in particular and all the citizens of the world in general. It is belonging to everybody. It is not a religious aspect. Masters, religions are attributed to yoga in some quarters, but it is not so correct. Every religion comes out of an individual philosopher, great saints, and all those things. That comes with religion. But spirituality, this is yoga. It does not come from any individual. It comes from your own consciousness. It comes from your within. It is belonging to you and I and everybody. It speaks on the health aspects of every individual to be strong enough, which is only the representation of your soul. Physical body is the reflection. Physical body is the instrument for us to manifest ourselves. We are all insiders. We are not outsiders. We are not this body at all. That's what spiritual science says. That is called yoga. As Chandra said, asanas are only a beginning aspect of the whole lot of spiritual science. Yoga. We should catch hold of that and turn our lives into yogic lives, okay? For that, people ask question, what is that I get if I do yoga? That is the big question among all the people, whoever is asked to do meditation or yoga and all those things, they will ask that question. Actually, I had been in this field by virtue of my meeting Patriji Saab some way back in 1997. Since then onwards, I am in this field. I was not a speaker, but I was made to speak. I was not a teacher, but I was made a teacher. And further, I am not an author, but I was made to write nearly around 20 books. How it happened? I am not a researcher, but I was made to research. See, all this happening around, And my life has undergone a metamorphosis, actually. From zero to something else we have come, and today I am before you. That is my great fortune, see. So that on this occasion, International Yoga Day, we would like to profess and give the knowledge of this to entire world on this from this platform, that yoga is only the savior of mankind from all the disasters and all the miseries and of all the problematic issues in this world life, materialistic life. That is what we had the gift of yoga that relieves you from all these kind of problems, giving you a soft life. It promises you a soft life. How? To teach about that, I was made to have some research studies. Now you tell the people how it is useful actually. People want for everything, a give and take. Okay, I do yoga, what I get? This is the mind game is going on with everyone. So in that background, with this backdrop, we had initiated some studies. Patriji initiated me to go into research mode and tell the people, yes, this is what meditation and yoga gives us, okay. I would like to present a small presentation where I made an effort to understand what physically man will get out of performing these yogic activities, particularly Meditation. Meditation is the culmination of all the practices. It is the final result. It is the final practice of all the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana is the fifth or sixth stage or seventh stage if you count upon. And samadhi is the last one. Dhyana and samadhi are strategies of the minds, okay, that we would like to do some kind of understanding here. Let us see. We had selected the topic for research purposes in Vyasa University. We have, Vyasa University is there for us. As usual, it is the only university that is coming to the, for all problems, we have to turn to Yes Vyasa in respect of yogic field. So, hats off to you. Yes Vyasa today, we are along with Vyasa University in Bangalore City, okay? Now, effect of Anapanasati meditation. We have selected, because Anapanasati meditation has been very simplest of all the methods of meditations. Patriji has selected it and is propagating around the world, okay? So that kind of Anapanasati on anxiety levels, verbal aggression, depressions. We have selected three topics where the world is infected or suffering from the emotional disasters. People are having emotional outbursts, leading to completely chaos in this society, spoiling their own mind and spoiling other minds. Okay? So this kind, how we should arrest this, how we should minimize this, how we should remain calm and quiet, and how we should coexist. Coexistence happens with controlled emotions, 100%. That we wanted to check up. And this research was designed on randomized control. Randomized means, so we will keep some 20 or 100 people are there, then one after the other, randomly we will select. And those people will be taken for experimentation of our procedures, okay? That is randomized. So introduction is that emotional, I have already told you. See, emotional life is very, very, very important to be under cautious always. We should keep our emotions at low base, okay? We should be able to control our emotions. Controlling our emotions is the first task that is not possible at all. If it is possible today, there will not be any kind of violence in the society. Because it is not possible, then we have to seek the intervention of such practices of our own wisdom, Indian wisdom, Bharata Vijnana, Yenapandra Yoga. But we are not using it, that we should use it to fully extent. Now, we are going to suggest that. Basically, emotional imbalances cripple the harmony, coexistence, scientific and societal progress. Yoga is found effective in addressing emotional imbalance, anxiety, verbal aggression, and depression. All the three factors are there which are pulling the man behind. Now, Anapanasati meditation practiced by Gautama Buddha it is. Anapanasati is the meditation procedure which was adopted by, practiced by Gautama for his enlightenment. So that should be ideal for us, We also go into the same field of enlightenment. It is merely a mindful breathing. Anapanasati meditation is awareness of your own breathing. Whenever you are aware of your breathing, your mind will not work. It will go to rest. This is the hint. This is the secret. If you observe your breathing, inhaling and exhaling, what happens? Mind will not work. It will come to rest. So rest in the mind itself is Anapanasati. If you are able to give rest to your mind, then you must be happy. So when it is at rest, then you will get great ideas. Okay? Studies so far made. There are so many studies have been made in the physically, in the Western science, scientists and all those things, but they are all basically on asanas and pranayamas they were doing. But meditation is very, very less done, less examined. That's why we have selected this. So for that we have to go under literature survey. There is a procedure for going to find out certain facts of the cases, where we have to understand and then propagate to others, For that, literary survey we have to understand. So far what our people have found out. That is the first we have to find out. Anybody has done any work in this. So in that connection, our literacy scriptures, they have done very, very extensive study has been done on Indian soil. Our great rishis and our great saints, they have done enormous investigations in this, and they have evolved a lot of scriptures on this. Patanjali Yoga Sutras, you are aware of that, we are all aware of that. It vehemently, it says, Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Basically, you have to stop your mind modifications. That's what it says. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita also it emphasizes shanai shanaihi uparamed buddhya dhruti gruhitaya atmasamstam manah kritva nakinchit apichintayet. Stop thinking, it also professes. You need to do only stop ways of thinking. Don't think for a while in order to be calm and quiet so that you will be energized by that. Even Brahma Sutras also is there. In Prashnadatrayam is there. If you go into Sanskrit literature, you will understand these Brahma Sutras, which are practically says that you are the God. Okay? For that, in that book also it is illustrated. Asinaha sambhavat. First you should sit quiet. That's what it says. The practices start with sitting. Dhyanat. You have to do meditation. There is another go. If you want to be happy, if you want to be calm, and if you want to do something wise work, you have to be under the influence of meditation. Achalatvat. Achalatva means no modifications of the mind. Mind should not wander here and there. Don't allow mind to be unstable. Make it a steady for at least for 5-10 minutes. It will give you its own wise thoughts, ideas, and everything. Prasanna chetaso hi ashu buddhihi paryavashishtate. That's what says in some other context. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, Prasanna chetas, keep your mind calm. Then you will get very bright ideas, I say. You will become wise. Ashu buddhi, instant wisdom, you will get it. And one scripture in Buddhism, that is Dharmapada, that is Chitta Samadho Sadhu, Chittam Danta Sukhavaham. That is also, it is in the Pali language, it is. It shows that mind should be very, very soft and calm and quiet in order to be wise. If at all you want to be wise, keep your mind under control. Don't allow it to think hectically. Mastery over the mind is a placid mind in control, in bliss. That is called bliss. So ancient scriptures reveal that yoga and meditation enable mind to be calm and reduce emotional imbalance. That's what we want to tell you. Then scientifically, some sort of practical investigations were done by some scientists on Western side. Short-term meditation training improves attention or self-regulation. They have done some 5 days and for 20 minutes like that. Some practices they have taken up of yoga and all those things. Then it has gone, that is on meditation. Okay. And similarly, some other study also was there, but they are all on short-term studies, okay, not on meditation. So the methodology we adopted is to study the effect of Anapanasati meditation on the 3 emotional values. The object is that effect, what we wanted to derive, the effect of Anapanasati meditation on healthy individuals in respect of three emotional imbalances. Okay. This is on research protocol, it is there, null hypothesis and hypothesis, what you want to derive. So we should say that whatever we are now practically following the procedure, intervention, what we are giving is believed to be giving positive results in ensuring the emotional balances to be under control. That is called hypothesis. The design is random. That is what we had already said. We have picked up samples of 140 people in various meditation centers, and we've invited the fresh people in each meditation center. Practically, we went to Gauri Bidunu Center was very useful in this regard. We have collected individuals from them to observe this procedure as an intervention. And these are all the protocols of research, okay? Inclusion criteria, informed consent, permission, ethical approval, and all those things they were observed. And the design of the study, as we said already. So in respect of anxiety study, we took 119 participants. Out of 140 we have taken, 119 have been selected. The experimental group, out of that 59 people were meant for observing meditation, were taking part in meditation. And another 60 people, we kept them without any meditation, allowed them to do their own practices, just like that. So there are two groups, people who are doing meditation, people who are without meditation, okay? And we have given the scale, that is state trait anxiety inventory. One questionnaire will be there. There will be so many questions are there of giving you the scope of intimating your status of your mind in respect of anxiety. How you felt, how much anxious you are, and what kind of emotions, what kind of feelings you are getting on when once you are under anxiety. So these are the questions, 20 questions will be there. So those people will be made to answer. So 59 people were made to answer before intervention. Before we ask them to do meditation, we will take the questionnaire, duly answered. Similarly, the same questionnaire will be also got answered from the people who are not expected to do any meditation, just to find out the effect of intervention in this group and that group, okay? So like that we have done this. In verbal aggression also, that is, verbal aggression means, anger. So people getting angry, at a spell of irritation and whatever it is, people will be very, very angry and disturbing the atmospheres, okay? For them also we have taken with this experimentation. One scale is there for that also, okay? Same exercise. Depression also. Some people go into depression at very small events or contingencies, They fall into depression, they will not be able to, they are not interested in anything in that. So that kind of state of mind, we want to check up how it can be eliminated, reduced. So 119 people were taken for this examination, okay? Yeah. Here also is one scale is there. So we did intervention, Anapanasati meditation, we asked them to do for 1 hour every day for 6 months continuously. This is a very great experiment. We wanted to take it as a challenge that we should have some kind of explicit result out of this. So that protocols have been observed required by meditation. The results came up, and here is the result out of experimental group, 47 to 44 it has come down. The figure has reduced, but not considerably, because anxiety is one thing that people are supposed to have naturally, natural instinct it is. So it is very difficult to control, but meditation has got its say, and it has brought down. Several experiments earlier failed in this regard, but meditation could help in our case. In control, it has gone up. 50 to 52, it has gone up. Control means those people who have not done meditation. So with reference to them, we got the reading like this. 50 to 52, it has gone up. And this is anger, verbal aggression. It has come down, 66 to 46, it has come down. So people were able to have their kind of wisdom on their own behavior. Meditation makes them so calm that it becomes a positive effect in any kind of irritations, any kind of situations that are disliked by people. Okay. And control group, it has gone 64 to 60, 66 to 64 it has gone. So the decline is only 2, but whereas 66 to 46, so 20 points has come down when they are with the meditation practice. This is with reference to depression. Here, 25 points has come down to 4 points. With the people who have had this intervention, people who have done meditation, they had a lot of benefit. They could come out of depression. They were having some kind of enthusiasm in living further, okay? The control group, from it has gone 16 to 12. Even then also people will, by age, the depression will come down, but still the decline is very, very minimal, okay? But with meditation, it is a lot of results we can achieve to make the people normal. So these are all in one place we have done. First is anger, second one is depression, and third one is anxiety. Same thing, what we have explained now. So there is reduction, 47 to 44. Control group from 50 to 52 has gone up. And in anger, it has fallen down from 66, 46, okay? And depression, it has gone 25 to 4. A lot of decline, reduction is seen in case of depression people, okay? Control group, there is an increase. It is like that. So significant decrease was there in all the 3 factors. That's what we understood, of course. These are all the things are there from which we had a lot of references are there. We have gone into all kinds of this literacy and the experiments and the record, whatever available in the journals of research journals are there, plenty are there in the society that is coming out more from Western part. The Western people have been hectic research they have done because they have open-minded and they are working with the mind philosophy, where Eastern scientists have closed their minds and undertook research, and they have evolved meditation and all these practices that will completely be helpful in order to conduct every person to very smooth sailing in the life, so that they'll coexist and togetherness is taken care of, okay? So this is what we wanted to tell all the people from this platform. We request all the populace, to take to yoga, which is the gift given in our soil. Because of this, India was called Vishwaguru, in fact. And in the olden times, many, many foreigners flocked to India only for this kind of wisdom. Today we have that. So it is very, very important for us to make use of our own wisdom and derive the benefit and also teach others on our soil and possibly for all the Western countries also. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Please be here. Thank you so much for the insightful session and reminding us for the connection of meditation and well-being. For the facilitation, I would like to invite Suresh, sir. Please come on the stage. So you please be here. Thank you. So now we are moving to the next session, and for that we have Sai Kripa Sagar sir. He is CEO Quantum Coherence and Trustee Pyramid Valley International. He will talk about Patanjali to AI, very fascinating topic. Yoga journey through technology and consciousness. Please come to the stage, sir. Dr. Sai is a former vice president at Cognizant and currently CEO and co-founder of Quantum Coherence Technology and managing trustee of Pyramid Valley International. In his long corporate career, he has been a digital transformation consultant, advising CIO, IT leaders, and now having gone through an extraordinary transformation in his personal and professional life. Due to daily meditation practice, he is an ardent practitioner of meditation and he has taken a task of spreading the message of meditation in various ways. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, namaskara, namaste. Good morning. Wonderful. So I think all of you have done the morning yoga and got tired. Not enough sound. Okay. So thanks for the opportunity. It's an honor to be speaking here in Pyramid Valley on this wonderful topic. So I'd want to kind of switch on to the slides. Yes. Okay, before I begin, how many of you come from a technology background? Very good, wonderful. How many of you are aware, have learned or listened to Yoga Sutras, Patanjali Yoga Sutras? Wonderful. So we're going to talk about the combination of these two. Expecting a TV there, but instead of looking back, I'm just going to refer to my slide copy here. So we're going to look at the evolution of technology and consciousness from the age of Patanjali to the age of AI, right? And as we go along, you'll see how you use technology, your daily use of technology for evolving your inner consciousness, right? So Patanjali, so we're going to talk about external technology, which is the real technology, and also the internal technology of human beings, which is consciousness, right? So how many of you are also very active on social media? A lot of scrolling, swiping, posting, likes, all that. So external technology is more about the AI and smartphones, whatever we are using. Internal technology is a meditation thing. And we're going to look at Patanjali not as just a spiritual teacher. He was one of the world's first consciousness engineer, systems analyst, if you look at our brain and our body as a computer, right? The only thing is, the irony, as we build machines using the technology available to think for us, slowly we are forgetting to how to think for ourselves, right? That's the age that we are going. So we're going to explore some insights from Patanjali Yoga Sutras, very few sutras, and tie it to our everyday use of technology, and also see how technology can help us in our inner evolution. All right, so a lot of you may be aware of this. Patanjali identified 5 ways our mind processes things, right? And then if you look at it, Patanjali's, and Shivaramappa sir spoke about it, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Patanjali's biggest statement of yoga. What is yoga? How do you achieve yoga? Is silencing the mind, silencing the anxious thoughts of the mind. But what have we today? Today, does technology allow us to calm our mind or add more thoughts to our mind, add more distractions to our mind? It adds more distractions. So never before is Patanjali's Yoga Sutras relevant than now. Now is what we want, all the tools of consciousness, all the tools of Patanjali's wisdom, all the tools like we practice meditation, right? So Patanjali identified 5 ways of our mind processes information, right? Notice how each category is very relevant to us in the digital age. Pramana is supposed to be the direct knowledge, direct experience, whereas now algorithms are curating our reality. We look to Chat GPT, we look to Gemini to tell us what is reality, right? And Viparyaya is false knowledge. Sorry, Viparyaya is misconception, misinformation. We have a lot of that on the internet today, right? Fake videos, fake news, all that is happening. And Vikalpa is imagination. We're always living in fantasies. Instagram lives aren't our own lives, right? And Nidra, our sleep. We all have digital insomnia. We are watching phones, watching devices till late in the night. We're looking for notifications in the night. I used to be, in the BlackBerry days, I used to wake up in the middle of the night whenever it beeped. That's how we used to be. Our sleep is disrupted by the blue light and notification anxiety. And smriti, memory. Memory is supposed to be a mind state. Nowadays, where is our memory? Where are all the things that we do? They're all stored in the disk space of Google and Meta and Microsoft. So we have hundreds of photographs. Earlier we used to have photographic memory. Now we take hundreds of photographs. Half the memory are in the external disks, right? We photograph everything but remember nothing deeply, including the phone numbers. There was a time when we used to remember phone numbers. Now do any of us remember phone numbers? No, we all look to the phone, right? That's how our memory are. So Patanjali identified these 5 mental processes. At any point of time, our mind is in one of these 5 states, right? And nothing wrong with it. Sleep, imagination, fantasy, incorrect knowledge, correct knowledge, all these are normal, right? But unfortunately, our mental computer, mental system comes with these deeper bugs, which is what we call as kleshas. Patanjali calls it as kleshas. These are bugs in the sense, what do we do with a bug in a system? We try to get rid of it. So Patanjali says you have to get rid of these kleshas for you to realize who you really are. For your original program to be running correctly, you have to get rid of these bugs. What are these bugs? Ignorance. Information overload today is masking wisdom deficit. We need wisdom. But we are relying on sources outside of us for that particular wisdom. Tech companies focus on these 5 kleshas and make you addicted to whatever they are doing, be it the scroll, be it the likes. So likes indicate a certain set of dopamine hit, right? So we confuse information consumption with wisdom. So we need to know Wikipedia and ChatGPT are not the reality, and no computer can create the reality of the experience that we have. And Ashmita is ego. How does our ego get bolstered? By more likes, more shares, more followers. All we need to do is who are you when no one is watching, right? So that is in essence who we are. And then raga, dvesha, which is attachment and aversion. We're always attached. We always want that dopamine hit because of that reward. Someone likes it, someone does even a WhatsApp message, someone does this, immediately we feel very gratified. Wow, someone has read my message. So we feel like, and then abnivesha, fear. Originally, Patanjali meant fear of death, but nowadays we are afraid of what? Our phone battery dying out, right? So the moment we are always fearful of when our phone battery, we always keep looking at the charge in the battery. So these are the fears, these are the kleshas that affect us internally normally, but we are a lot more affected due to the use of devices as well. These are the fundamental bugs in our operating system. And Patanjali provided a wonderful solution to get rid of these kleshas, which is this twin algorithms for transformation. So he said abhyasa and vairagya. In the yogic sense, abhyasa is supposed to be yogic practice, conscious repetition of anything, meditation, mindfulness, yoga, asanas, right? Constant discrimination about what is good, what is bad, what is good for me, what is not, right? It is supposed to be conscious. But the digital habits, we also do have a practice. We also do abhyasa, right? But what is the abhyasa? Constantly keep checking our phones, right? So we are so compulsively attached. You're not a conscious decision. We're compulsively attached. We're externally driven. Abhyasa isn't about meditation on a cushion. It's about conscious repetition versus unconscious habit. And we practice scrolling 100 to 200 times a day. Imagine if we practiced presence during that time. Every time you are scrolling your phones, can you be conscious? Can you be conscious of your presence? That will be fantastic. That's the kind of meditation. And Vairagya, Patanjali did not mean become a hermit, leave everything and go out, right? He said, whatever we do, let's not be attached to things. Let's not be attached to people. Let's not be attached to situations. It means conscious engagement rather than compulsive attachment to the way I look, with the way people talk about me in social media, right? The way I take my pictures. Now there are a lot of filters that have come up on all the phones as well, right? So checking your phone, conscious choices, checking your phone just because you need to. You have to send a message, you have to check something. Whereas most of the time we are unconsciously looking at it. Nothing to do, we keep looking at our phone. Nothing to do, keep looking at our phone, right? So that's all unconscious habits that kind of what lower our consciousness. So how do we get rid of these bugs with this twin algorithms? That's where meditation comes in, right? I'm sure a lot of you in technology know about fragmentation, right? Meditation as a way of system defragmentation. What is defragmentation? Basically, you remove empty spaces, remove viruses, remove anything that bloats the software, right? So your mind is like a computer that never gets defragmented. We are taking so many things in our mind, yes or no? Too much of information, false information, right? And then, more than enough, you already have a lot of information. A lot of people send you a lot of forwards as well, right? So the mind just accumulates data. So meditation isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about organizing them efficiently. When you meditate, you are creating space between stimulus and response. And think about it, we maintain cars, we maintain our houses. Do we ever maintain our internal state? Do we ever maintain our memory? That's where meditation comes in, right? We don't maintain our consciousness. Meditation is a tool to maintain our consciousness. Even 10 to 20 minutes every day allows you to change. We all know the science behind it. I'm sure Chandra sir will talk more about it. The science behind meditation, how it changes our consciousness, how it changes our brain structure, how it changes our heart and brain coherence, how it changes our nervous systems. A lot of science behind it. So meditation is like upgrading your mental operating system, right? Better performance, fewer crashes, fewer emotional bursts. And the important thing is, the busier your life is, more you need meditation, more you need to get your mind empty so that we can practice, we can do things from our original internal innate intelligence. All right? And then Shivanappa sir also wonderfully mentioned, when you talk about Yoga Sutras, there are several things, the yamas, niyamas, the asanas. How do they apply to us in this age of AI, right? So digital yamas, ethical protocols. So what do we do? How can we practice these? Ahimsa is kindness. What do you do on social media, right? Kindness online. Don't say comments that would hurt others. That's a way of practicing yama in the digital world. Online disambition creates cruelty. You don't need to disparage others just because something happened, just because you don't like. Satya, are you sharing truth or just that confirms your bias? Are you being authentic? Are you forwarding the right kind of news, right kind of information? Asteya, which is stealing, non-stealing, right? Asteya is non-stealing, respecting others' time and creation. Every time you send a forward, when you send unnecessary emails or attention-seeking messages, you are stealing someone's attention from this thing. The phone goes beep, and then you're stealing someone's attention there. Brahmacharya, originally about energy conservation. It's about conscious consumption of digital content, right? Aparigraha, greed, non-greed, not always wanting that latest device, right? Not accumulating digital possession just because something is available, not wanting to use that, right? So that is greed. So your online behavior, your behavior with technology is also a mirror of your consciousness. Use it for self-reflection. And similarly, a couple of other concepts like asana and pranayama. So we're always sitting in front of the computer, always looking at, especially I keep seeing a lot of youngsters, they keep on doing a lot of things on the phone without moving around, lack of physical exercise. So asana teaches us to ground ourselves. Just move around 5 minutes for every 1 hour you spend in front of the computer or with your phone, right? Simple practice. And breath is always with you. It's the most portable technology. You can always practice presence in front of those long video meetings, right? Long webinars, right? How instead of just thinking about what is there happening on the screen, you can always practice breath. Breath is always with you. 3 conscious breaths before you picking your phone. That's another good exercise. During video calls, focus on your breath instead of just on the screen. Our body holds tons of wisdom, which the thinking mind misses. How can we connect to it? By making our mind calm. Only then we feel the sensations, we feel the intuition speaking through our body. For that, our body needs to be conscious. We'll have to make it conscious through asana and pranayama. And then Patanjali's concept of pratyahara. Right? Pratyahara was disconnecting from everything and going inward. He spoke about only 5 senses. Similarly, we have to practice that in the age of digital, withdrawal from external stimuli. How do you do that? This isn't, you start small, phone-free meals, meal time without phone or without TV, correct? First hour of morning, last hour of sleep, do not use any digital devices. A lot of lifestyle practitioners keep talking about this, right? And then notification, make sure you have notifications on your phones only for those very essential things, not always it keeps on beeping and draws your attention. Every time it draws your attention to unnecessary things, there is a dip in your level of energy, right? And create sacred spaces in your home, right? This room, I'm not going to get in a phone between this time and this time, right? And then digital detox, digital sabbats, digital detox, 24 hours, at least once a day or, sorry, once a week or once in 2 weeks, just stay away from all devices. The goal is choice. You should be able to choose your devices rather than the devices choosing you or the devices wanting you to play. And that is the ability to be conscious is what makes us be in the present moment. Apart from that, looking at technology, already we have a lot of meditation apps. And we at Quantum Coherence, we've developed this Buddha CEO app and Be Supermind app. And a lot of meditation apps that allow us, technology allows us to get into those guided meditation. Now AI is providing a lot of personalized spiritual guidance. And we also have built that in the app, right? So technology isn't, and then we have online communities. You can always chat with somebody over WhatsApp, your email, or you can go to any of the groups and search for answers. So technology isn't inherently good or bad, but we'll have to make technology serve consciousness, not the other way around. We're becoming unconscious through the use of technology, right? Meditation apps can be helpful, but over-reliance on the app can become unconscious. Online spiritual communities can support practice, but virtual connections can't replace the physical presence, physical exchange of energies. AI can offer personalized insights. AI can tell you everything in the world. This is what is reality. But ultimate reality is what we experience. We have experience with our body and mind. It comes through direct experience, not algorithms, right? And when you meditate more for the app streak, that means you are lost, right? So you have to meditate for yourself. The moment technology becomes a substitute for direct experience, then we've lost the plot. We'll have to use technology as an enabler. Use tech, just like they say, right? Use tech as a pointing figure to the moon, but it cannot become the moon. So there are a lot of other technologies as well, like virtual reality. We're going to begin work on. Virtual reality allows you to feel that emptiness, allows you to feel elevated moments of consciousness. Yes, but still that's a tool. You can't always live in a virtual reality, though Deepak Chopra talks about the reality that we're experiencing itself as virtual reality, right? So technology serves consciousness, not the other way around, right? We don't need to be conscious to serve technology. And similarly, there are a lot of daily integration practices. I'll just quickly go through, right? We spoke about it, morning practice, presence checks periodically. You can set alarm using technology for your own benefit, right? 5 minutes of what is it? Mindful presence before you check your phone for the day, setting periodic alarms saying that am I present now, single tasking, don't do multiple things, and then digital sunset, all devices switch off before 1 hour before you sleep, right? And then everyday reflection, did I use technology consciously today or did it use me? So that's important. And again, it's all small, consistent technologies that we need to, small, consistent changes that we need to make of using technology to elevate our consciousness. And then we can still use Patanjali's roadmap, right, as we saw. So we move to an attention scarce economy, right? Patanjali speaks about inner economy. How do you manage your mind? How do you manage your mental states? How do you manage your energy, right? But today, we don't do that. We're always seeking attention. Devices are grabbing attention. So it's a question of where we place our attention, right? So we are both the product and consumer, product of attention as well as consumer of attention, right? We need attention, but we also need to place attention. And all the technology companies, they hire neuroscientists and behavioral psychologists to make product irresistible. Whoever designed that scroll, right? Whoever designed that likes. So, and then you all know how companies invested, got scientists to get the right taste for you to bake the chip, the potato chip. I think there is a case study on how Lay's or someone did that several years ago to get you the right taste of the potato chip to make it addictive. So similarly, all solutions need to be defined as conscious enhancing rather than more addicting, right? So, and then contentment, for example, I found that good example. Infinite scroll prevents closure. How many of you consciously stop when you go through that infinite scroll in Instagram? Very few, right? So you don't feel contented with whatever we get. Contentment is another niyama from Patanjali, right? You need to stay contented. We never close. It doesn't allow you to close, right? And similarly, dharana. Can you focus on something? Cultivate sustained attention. Today in meditation, we cultivate sustained attention on our breath. That is dharana, right? Can you cultivate sustained attention away from the phone or continuous breath, right? So we need to kind of look for inner validation compared to outer validation. Outer validation might come in terms of likes, appreciations, and everything, all these applause, all the emojis that Apple and Google keep coming out. But that's not what it is, right? What is more important is your inner validation. It doesn't matter who told you, who appreciated you. It all depends on appreciating yourself. And we all know our attention shapes reality. Where you place your attention, that's what matters. Placing attention on our conscious breathing, placing attention on ourselves, grounding ourselves a lot more matters than looking for the next beep, next thing, right? So AI and human intelligence go along well. They go along together, right? So AI is obviously an advancement of technology. Today we know AI can now outperform a lot more. Why did it not move? Yeah. Yes. So AI can now outperform humans at many cognitive tasks. But can AI experience a sunset? Can AI experience the moments that you're going to be with your child? Can an AI feel compassion? Can AI feel meaning in suffering? No. Those are the human experiences that AI will miss, right? Let AI handle data processing so humans can focus on wisdom and cultivation. Instead of competing with machines, we can become fully human. AI can write better code, but it can never write our life story, right? So the irreplaceable human capacities, presence, empathy, compassion is something that we need to cultivate from inside. But there are a lot of things AI can help us automate, which is what we'll have to use technology for. And lastly, Patanjali talks about the goal of yoga is kaivalya, liberation, right? What is liberation in the digital age? Traditional kaivalya is like pure consciousness, free from mental fluctuations. Liberation in the digital age is freedom from compulsive digital engagement. right? It's not about, it's, it's, it's not checking your phone just because you need to, you're not compulsorily attached to it, right? Maintaining your authentic self in virtual spaces, being who you are. You don't need to put a face mask just so that you get those appreciations everywhere. Conscious choice in technology use. Technology as a tool for awakening, not as an obstacle for awakening. Today, technology is used as an obstacle because more we are with the devices, we are not able to feel our inner intelligence. And that is where meditation is very essential in these days, all right? So closing, we all need to head towards a conscious future, combining the concepts of Patanjali, leveraging AI and technology, and tools like meditation, right? Using technology as a supportive tool to free up our time so that we experience the sunset, experience the treks, experience the nature a lot more, allowing AI and the tools to do our work, right? So awareness, simply noticing how technology affects your mood, your attention, your relationships. The space, being able to choose in that space between stimulus and response, right? And then practice, whatever you do consistently, you become. You're conscious of using your technology, you become conscious elsewhere. You become conscious in your daily interactions, you become more conscious in your work, right? Maintain daily inner technology. And balance, use technology as a servant, not a master. And that's what Patanjali says, mind, we all talk about be a master. Mind uses us. Whole technology of meditation and spiritual science allows us to be a master of the mind. Now, similarly, we'll have to do the same thing with technology. We'll have to be a master of technology, use technology as a servant. Consciousness is the CEO, not technology. Consciousness should drive you, not really technology, right? And you can use everyday use of technology consciously, that way you can improve your consciousness. So with that, I'd like to close. In this age of AI, there is always a choice for us to use how we use technology. We can use technology as an enabler like the meditation apps, the virtual reality apps, all that, right? But that also means you'll have to you do your regular use of your technology much, much easier. It will make your task much faster, right? The presentation that I made was completely done using AI. The content, the slides, I was able to do this presentation in 1 hour compared to normally when it takes to me 6 to 8 hours. So AI and automation technology frees your time for what? Not to go again into spend more time on Instagram or spend more time on Google or YouTube, right? It's for us to, this is an advanced stage where you can spend a lot of time. A lot of things are happening. You are ordering food, Swiggy, Zomato, things are happening. You don't need to spend a lot of time to go there. What do you use that extra time? To dive deep in, right? There are meditation techniques, there are spiritual practices. So now is an age of, for all of us to kind of go deep in, explore our creativity. Deepak Chopra says, yes, this is an age of AI, but he says there's a lot more going to be fundamental changes in creativity, in creation, that none of us could have imagined. That comes from within because of our elevated sense of consciousness. So with that, my dear friends, I hope it was useful. Patanjali to AI, yoga's journey through technology and consciousness. I hope you all follow some of those practices that I talked about, conscious use of technology and using technology to elevate your consciousness. All right? Thank you. Was I on time?
Thank you, sir, for taking us from traditional to technology in such an enlightened way. Now, for felicitation, I would request Shivarama Appa, sir, to please come on stage.
sir. Right from the start of the session, we have been listening about Raj Yoga meditation. But what makes Raj Yoga meditation and practices so spectacular and path-breaking? We will hear from Chandra sir post meditation. Now, I request Mr. Chandra Pulamarisakti sir, founder of Buddha Siva Quantum Foundation, we will be doing meditation practice now.
Okay, friends, let's do some meditation practice. Those of you at the back, there are plenty of chairs here. Can you please come forward? Just come into these chairs here, very, very comfortable. Here also. Of course, if you prefer a chair, be on the chair. Can you put meditation posture? How many of you are here new for meditation? This practice that we're doing here, very nice. So the goal of meditation, dear friends, is to empty the mind, rest the mind. Rest the mind of thought. We have thousands of thoughts, 50 to 70,000 thoughts to be precise a day, and 90% are negative. And so here in this process of meditation, where we are resting the mind for sufficiently long enough time, and so we do that by observing our natural breath with our eyes closed. Very, 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 very simple process. The technique comes from Gautama Buddha, and is highly popularized by Brahmarshi Patriji, founder of PSSM Pyramid Valley. Millions of people practicing, more than 1 in 2 people in the world who practice meditation practice this technique, which is observing the breath. In fact, today, in the Yoga Day protocol, we are all asked to close our eyes and observe the breath, right? So that's what we are doing. When you observe the breath, mind is becoming empty. Thoughts are coming down. And then so we are in the sense of empty space, emptiness. And then we are in that state, when your mind is becoming empty, you experience some kind of calmness, movement, energy, sensation, potentially some kind of visions. Witness all of it when you are in the states of emptiness. So you're closing your eyes and observing the breath, and then slowly, slowly go into empty states. And then be there in case you get thoughts, and you will have thoughts. When you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath, and again, observe the breath. Again, start the process again. So they're going into empty states, you're experiencing something. Again, your emptiness is interrupted by thoughts. You come back to breath again. So we do this practice over and over and over. So today we're going to practice for some time. The posture is simple. As you see in the picture, sitting on the floor means you're cross-legged. The comfort of the body is important. Spine need not be erect. And you got to be very, very comfortable. So the body is comfortable, then your mind is going to be relaxing, and then you have a great opportunity to empty the mind. And so sit down very comfortably. If you are not used to sitting on the floor, then please take the chair. And then cross your feet at ankle. Those who are sitting on the chair, cross your feet at ankle. Close your eyes. Remove the spectacles, not required. Fingers into fingers, and then hands in your lap, rested. Fingers into fingers is the Dhyana Mudra. So this is what the posture you see Gautama Buddha always. Fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. So that's the posture. And then you're closing your eyes and you're resting your attention on the nose. Rest your attention on the nose, preferably at the beginning of your nose, which is the root of the nose, or the point where 2 eyebrows come together, middle of the eyebrows. You rest your attention there, preferably, otherwise anywhere, and then observe that breath going in and coming out. Observe your natural breath. When you observe the breath slowly, your mind is becoming less and less of thought. Let's go into the practice, dear friends. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Relax your body. With your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We'll have light music. Helps you to go into deeper states of meditation. We are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your breath. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. When you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty.
yourself to experience that greater calmness inside of you, emptiness all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience emptiness, calmness. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. possibilities. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that quietness, the more possibilities you draw into your life. emptiness, that vast, endless depth of that calm, allow yourself to merge into it. This is your greater mind, your awareness, constantly paying attention, guide. You stay aware of this emptiness, the more compassionate you become, the more considerate you become. Friends, at this time, I'd like you to express gratitude Gratitude moves us into coherence. When you express gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Yourself and to this intelligent universe, helping us experience this life to explore consciousness. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Let your enormous nervous system repair your body.
Namaste, namaste. See the beauty in you. Namaste, I see the beauty.
Your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open. Okay, friends. Slowly come back to your body. Hope you enjoy the session. Anybody new here? How did you feel? Good. Yes. How many people had lightness in your body? Some kind of lightness. Yes. And body movements. Yes. How many people did not feel your body at all? Your organ, hands disappeared, legs disappeared. Anybody felt that way? You're not there. And anybody? Yes, there. Anybody who felt your body is lifting up, floating, floating, yes. And whirling, something is rotating. Okay. And visions, anybody seen colors, visions? You know, purple, blue, green, red dots, any kind of colors, visions. How about some intense feelings? You're feeling like really going deeper. By the way, meditate for 30 minutes. How many of you felt that is really short time? 30 minutes of meditation, we did. So it's very, very, while some might have felt, of course, a lot of thought, that's possible. Our meditation strength is not determined by how empty you are. We don't have to even bother about it, about thoughts. And so you only have to be sincere and consistently practice. And thoughts will come and then go, they'll come and go, they'll come and go, not something we control. Instead, we only sit down and then observe the breath to bring our attention back to away from the thought. That's all we have to do, friends. And this meditation, no matter how busy your mind you felt at the end of it or during it, but if you practice it every day for a few minutes like this, 3 weeks later, you will see a shift, significant shift in the way you think and feel about your life. 3 weeks. It'll take a few days. It'll start to build awareness in a week, and then you'll start seeing some benefits of health in 2 weeks. But 3 weeks later, you will find yourself significantly changing into a more positive, high vibration oriented person, right? So thank you very much for joining on this. So we'll resume the next segment. It's
So, thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful meditation. Now let's listen to a wonderful session about Raj Yoga meditation and its practices so spectacular and path breaking. What makes Raj Yoga meditation like that, right? Can we find these answers in science? Come, let's listen to the master and this himself. I now request Mr. Chandra Pulamaraseti, founder, Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, to talk about a Raj Yoga for well-being and growth, evidence from case studies. Mr. Chandra Pulamaraseti is a successful entrepreneur and former vice president at IBM. He is a board member, advisor of multiple non-profit organizations, including Pyramid Valley International's Bangalore. A seasoned meditation practitioner of over 20 years, Chandra Pulamaraseti is now dedicated to teaching meditation to organizational and business leader and professionals. He has conducted multiple meditation sessions in corporate, educational and government organizations such as Cognizant, Microsoft, IBM, World Bank, Delhi, NIFT Delhi, NIT Delhi, Bank of New York, Mellon, Rotary Club, Lions Club, Department of Telecom, New Delhi, and several engineering colleges, B schools, and other educational institutes. He also conducts multi-day advanced meditation retreat and frequently participates in meditation service activities. He attributes a lion's share of his success in his professional and personal life to the power of meditation and manifestation. I now welcome Chandra sir to the stage. We'll hear a compelling overview of Raj Yoga's measurable impact on professionals, leaders, and communities, a research talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nagendra. Okay, friends. Can I have my slides? I came in touch with meditation in the year 1999. I was grateful to Patriji and Dr. GK, who is my younger brother, medical doctor on the other side of Patriji there. Just been an amazing journey to apply meditation in our daily life. The whole yoga day, the philosophy of yoga is that we improve our life, we become a greater being. And so, with Patriji, tremendous amount of journey here in Pyramid Valley. I took to meditation 99, and then plenty of tremendous amount of change in the year when I started deeply in the year 2002. Patriji always talked about learning from everyone, wisdom. He emphasized so much on meditation, he emphasized so much on wisdom. And I loved this way he was encouraged, because he was never subscribing and saying, this is my book and read this. And he said, read what attracts you. And so the philosophy has been that you can find your path, you can understand yourself in many, many ways. And so he always gave that freedom to go and then find your way, But however, he prescribed a whole set of books, a lot of books, and said these are all the best books that I loved, I liked, and empowered me. And so then I read them. And so I was reading the books at the same time practicing the simple meditation. And then that had profound impact on me in the way I would think about my life. Ultimately, spiritual science is summed up into three principles. Number one, we are beyond the body. We are energy beyond the body. We are consciousness. Two, in that consciousness that we are, we have infinite, unlimited potential. And three, our thoughts bring that potential out. What brings that potential out into reality? Our thought. So we are beyond the body, so we move away from a body-minded person to an energy-minded, a soul-minded person, number two, and then there we have unlimited potential. That's how we work with possibilities. There is everything is possible in our life, and then the way we bring it out into reality is through our thought and feeling. We shift our vibration, we shift our thought. And so with him journeying here in Pyramid Valley, we started this in 2003, tremendous amount of growth here. And we're very happy to we have gotten the opportunity to work for a project like this. It moves you into your purpose. Meditation practice can become stronger when you take to meditation service where you are meeting and you always interact with many senior masters together. So that helped me to grow and to do what I'm doing today at Buddha Shiva Quantum Foundation. But this is a place designed for intense learning and practice, Pyramid Valley. We're regularly inviting many masters to come and share their wisdom. And Buddha Shiva Quantum Foundation, just a quick word, we are practicing, we are taking meditation to corporates, governments, and education institutes scientifically with a scientific voice. A core part of PSS movement to introduce meditation to the leadership or an aspiring leadership. And so that then they can percolate it down significantly in their organizational communities at a much faster pace. And so we are working in that space, and then we are regularly organizing many programs to corporates, many on-demand programs. We are, of course, doing a lot of programs to the public, conferences we are doing. We publish English literature in scientific literature and meditation, and then many volunteer groups worldwide are there that are helping themselves to grow, at the same time to promote this into their regional organizations there. So lots of volunteers are working around the world. Some books that we've done, we bring a corporate magazine called Buddha CEO that can be accessed through our website, buddhasiva.org. And then one can download that copy, or you can request for it. But something very scientific, very neutral language that you feel that you can take it into any corporate. It's talking about the physiological benefits of meditation and through various leaders and then through their voice. And one of the things that we do, and then we've done recently, and some of you attended here, is these conferences that we are doing now everywhere, regional and global conferences. And so then the last one that we did was in February earlier with many leadership and then government officers, and including Vice President of India, addressing about the importance of meditation, that many more when they come and then listen to our leaders, and then so we feel like, I can take a step, I can take it forward in our organizations. And so then this yajna is continuing, and so we've done some amazing work there in this February, where some of the Indian government officials, including some planning commission members, the AIMS and All India Medical Association members, and the Ministry of Ayush members, all of them were looking at very closely and how yoga, and of course yoga is already there in that, how to increase the importance of meditation there, that the meditation, when it's practiced the way we just did, has this significant benefit. Asana is preparing the body, and then pranayama is calming the nervous system, and of course it prepares the mind. But the meditation then is really the growing and then cultivating the field significantly to produce whatever they would like to produce through it. And so that meditation is what we're talking in a significant ways. So before I go and then show, when we do these programs, and then tremendous amount of benefits that people see, and then we normally do studies around it. And before we do that, so let me quickly give you a scientific understanding of what's happening with meditation, right? Our mind is two aspects of it. There is this jumping mind, and which has got thousands and thousands of thoughts, and then there is a limiting mind, it's got a lot of beliefs. A lot of beliefs are there. I can't do this, not possible. This is no way it can be done. The people are like this, there is always limitation. And then on the other side, there is always worry and anxiety, fear of public speaking, fear of failure, fear of looking bad, fear of everything, right? Fear of death, fear of poor health. And so we don't do many things. And we keep worrying about it, thinking about it, every aspect, many aspects. So the beliefs that we're talking about here, that, I can't do, that elephant. An elephant is tied to a small peg, but an elephant, even though it grows, cannot and would not wriggle out of the peg that is tied to the same rope. And so then usually it is tying itself in the mind, and so then it is limiting itself, its capability. And a lot many ways, human mind is like that. There used to be a story by Socrates constantly about this very beautifully. And here is a story about how we are forming beliefs. In an ashram, students are their teacher, like, some like Pyramid Valley, they are learning a subject under a tree. And then one day a cat comes and then starts disturbing. And so the teacher tells students, please go and tie the cat. So they tie the cat. Now they continue the session. Now the session is over, they untie the cat gets freed, goes. Now a few days later, the cat ties, again disturbs, so then the teacher is telling the student, please tie the cat again. And so they do it, again the session is over, they release it. Now the cat does the same maybe a week later. So then one of the students thinks, this is bothering, again the teacher is going to ask me to tie it. And so then they start tying the cat before the session starts. Before the session starts, they tie the cat, even though the disturbing or not, doesn't matter. Now they tie the cat, and then when the session finishes, they untie the cat, right? Now these are rules get formed. When there is something violation, then you suddenly get a rule on every day, right? Now what is an exception should have been dealt as exception, become a norm now. So they're tying it every day, then untying it every day, right? So the cat lost its freedom now for those hours. Now they're continuing this. Now sessions go on every day, life goes on. Cat is getting tied and untied for those hours. A few days later, and of course the students change, new students come, and the new students see it. Okay, fine, so the seniors are doing it, so let me do it. So they also start doing it. And a few days later, the teacher goes, and the new teacher comes. For the new teacher to question, it is too simple, it is too small. Oh, okay, so there must be a reason why they're tying the cat. And so the new teacher never bothered to even ask, and so allowed it to happen. And so now this story continues, and after a few days, the cat dies. And so the cat dies, the problem should have ended. So promptly, the students went to bazaar and then bought a new cat and then started tying again every day. So the belief system is working like this. We form a belief without even questioning, and then we continue to limit ourselves and continue to do the same thing over and over again without necessarily thinking or seeing whether it's beneficial or not. So dear friends, meditation is helping us, and so understanding this concept a little bit, that our brain divided into the conscious, subconscious minds. The big part of the brain called the neocortex is a conscious mind, jumping mind. Lots of thoughts are there. A subconscious has the limitations that we just talked about, a belief that, okay, this is how things are going to be, I just simply follow it without even questioning. And so the subconscious is driving, according to research, 90% of our life events are driven through the subconscious programs that we have. What do you think about yourself, your finances, your capabilities, your personality, your people around your company, the society, the politics? What is the opinion you have about people? Do you say politics are bad? Do you say money is evil? Is that how you do? Because that's what drives, that belief is what drives you to sort of stay away from money, stay away from success, because you feel, I become arrogant, I lose touch of my people, so you don't want to be that. Outside you're inspired, you want to do something, but inside you got the beliefs, and so then we operate. 90% of life, according to research, is driven through our subconscious programs. And so then it's very simple, dear friends. So then what is the solution? The solution is meditation and wisdom, understanding. Understanding to change, look at what is there in my subconscious program. What is my personality? And then change that. And personality says there are certain illnesses cannot be healed. The belief is that certain illnesses cannot be healed. But now with meditation, for example, autoimmune disorders go away. People are healing what medical experts have told, that it's not possible to heal at all. But then many, many people are solving and healing headache to cancer. For example, they're getting rid of their migraines in no time. In no time. And they come into meditation, 6 months later, they say, lifelong I've been suffering, but now I don't have migraine. Hormonal imbalances, for a lifelong they suffer with thyroid issues, but things go. But then, however, the belief is that it won't solve, it won't heal, because that's the medical science now. And so then you say it won't heal, and it's not possible. But so the beliefs have to change, and then that's what we call wisdom, to understand it a little more scientifically, and then to understand that we need to allow our mind to, we need to allow ourselves to look into it, and that's meditation. Meditation helps us to receive, look at new information, and then helps us to process it and then experiment on it, right? That's what meditation is doing with awareness. And so, so meditation is stilling this conscious mind and then reprogramming the subconscious mind. And so at a scientific level, what meditation is doing is to your mind is an iceberg, and so the analytical mind, which is there in the left side picture, is a barrier. It does not let us learn new information. The analytical mind is stopping us. When I learned in the beginning, when I came into meditation, I used to see thoughts create reality. I used to hear Patricia saying thoughts create reality. Thoughts create reality? How is it possible? It's my boss who is constantly, being biased. It's not my thought, it's them. So it's difficult for me to accept. And then the Jews used to say body heals, difficult for me to accept. But then as I started experimenting, as I started meditating, something helped me to start look at this information a little more scientific, with scientific temperament. That means you don't stop outright something without even experimenting. You're a little open about it. When we say you don't need 8 hours of sleep, many people do not want to even agree to it. When I say don't bother about proteins, nutrients, just follow your body, many people do not agree to it. I was a Western mind in the year 2002, significant Western mind after studying and living in Asia for 10 years. Everything before I eat, I have to look at the product chart. Oh, this is a lot of fat, this is carbohydrates, this is nutrient, this and that. But then realize later and then look back and say 200 years ago, none of that existed. So it's only something that got us conditioned. And so then can you go back to it? And then meditation helps us to become very natural and then tune into our body. And so then we know through our body what is required, what's not required. So the proteins, nutrients, all those become, somebody's prescription is not necessarily good for us. And so different. So meditation helps to drop the analytical mind to reprogram the subconscious, which is sort of driving most of our life. If you read a book called You Are the Placebo, or Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, you'll understand a lot of the science behind meditation in a way that you feel like, wow, this is something that I really have to apply into my life, right? So with these brief of what meditation is done, then we do, transformation programs. Sai put a slide and said from Patanjali, 2 things you do. One is consistency, and then second is, he said, with detachment, sense of detachment. Consistency of practice. And now we put a 40-day program to become that consistent practitioner of it. Because everyone knows that, okay, it is good, but then how do you go in? And so Patricia revised and said 40 days generally it takes for someone to take meditation into the daily life as a habit. And so, okay, let's do 40 days of meditation, every day come together. So we facilitate that. Many PSM organizations, including Pyramid Valley, facilitate a multi-day transformation program. So number 2, a consistent practice to show up. We also believe that you do a little longer. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, good. But you settle down, you come out of it. So do a little longer. And the sense of detachment, to stay in the world but stay detached, requires sufficient understanding of what is happening, how are things created. So the knowledge and wisdom we give. So this program is regular wisdom, and then we do a 75-minute session. And so since I'm talking about showing some survey findings of what participants are saying, right? So this is a program that we normally do and regularly do it online. Every 2 months we do one program of this, and then hundreds and hundreds of people worldwide practice this meditation, do that. So there is wisdom, there is meditation regularly, and then there is regular guest leaders coming in and sharing how they are benefiting from it, and so them daily articles to sort of rewire our brain circuits. They provide some right level of information and knowledge. So you're going through these practices in a day, and then if you truly want to change, if you truly want to live a life of freedom and unlimitedness, then you invest this time, right? Invest this time. Many people go up and say, it's not possible. Very few people know that when I say I'm too busy, I don't have time, they're living in the limitations of the mind. The moment you understand that quantum field of possibilities is saying that everything is possible, and so then when you say it and convince yourself that I'm too busy, I don't have time, that means you're living in that cycle to continue to create that. So very difficult to understand this, but then as you practice, we get to understand this. So with this program, people have said and over, there's stress relief and energy, mental well-being. There is a spiritual scientific understanding, elevated understanding, for example, of how we see the life when there is death. There is death. Unless you understand the death differently, you cannot come out of the death grief. When you understand that there is no death, then of course suddenly it becomes trivial. But until that time, death is there, and so significant grief is there, right? That means significant illness is there in the body. And so there is spiritual scientific understanding happens. Manifestation is to be able to focus and have applying the principles of quantum physics to drive towards the outcomes and realizing your goals. Our programs are very popular, and PSS movement and Patri says it strongly always moving towards a miraculous mindset to create things that you look to have in your life. And all that is happens through meditation. It's not just about mental well-being tool. It's not simple well-being tool. That's like, beginning of it. Stress relief is like a tail of an elephant, where through meditation comes. But the real elephant is there, where you're living a life of, a freedom and a choice completely in a way that you want. That happens through meditation. And so emotional intelligence, and so all of these are there through this program that people understand, because as you call the subjects. And so how do people participate? Through Buddha CEO app that Quantum Coherence Technologies created for us. And thank you, Sai, for doing this. And so people participate through that, or through Zoom and online YouTube, all right? And so let's look at what participants are saying here. Audio. Welcome to this program called Excellence Through Meditation. Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga means, here we're talking about meditation. Karma means actions or anything that we do. And Kaushalam is a greater than efficiency.
Everything in the world is connected and interdependent. Ultimately, to arrive at true oneness, a person needs to do a lot of inner work and self-reflection. So, nothing can be better than the method of meditation.
I had a car accident and I couldn't sit or stand for more than 15 minutes. So I started meditation lying down in bed. And now, power of meditation, I can sit for 2 hours on the floor.
I can just say that I have greatest gratitude towards what I found. It's kind of like this is what I was looking for.
I'm into a field which is insurance industry, and which creates a lot of stress. By doing meditation, the stress level became zero.
The ability to take things in your stride has improved for me. The way you handle it and how quickly you come out of it, the resilience part of it, is something that I found good.
I have to face this challenge of taking my father for a surgery. So in front of me, I'm visualizing that dad is going in, they are doing the surgery, and I'm wheeling him out. And the way I had visualized, it happened.
At the end of the session, you say gratitude. My whole body gets full of energy and joy. The way what you are using the word gratitude.
For the first time, I've actually really started to fall in love with something, and it is meditation.
In my lower L3, L4, I was having an issue. It's completely been cured with regular meditation.
For the personal as well as the professional front, it has broken a lot of limiting beliefs that I had about what we could do as an organization and what I can do as an individual.
When we came to this world, dear friends, we also came with an answer, that is the breath. So for every question that we have in our life, the solution is our breath.
Last 2019 to till now, I got 2 times promotion. I'm very calm, composed. I read a lot of books. I do a lot of meditation. and a lot of service too in around Austin.
You are not doing meditation, you are not doing anything in your life. Meditation is the only one thing for which I think you must strive for it.
Before joining this meditation, I never used to have a sound sleep. But now I know whenever I go to the bed, immediately I'm going into this sound sleep.
If I can just put it in one line of what meditation has done to me, it has made me meet a newer and better version of myself.
I lost fears. I had people pleasing attitude, then inferiority complex, and I gained a lot of confidence.
This meditation thing started, and I was very fortunate to join your manifestation sessions, and it gave structure to my meditation.
For me, meditation has been that thing that calmed my mind, cleansed me out of those fears of the anxiety of the future, right? And also helped me connect to my intuition.
Meditation doesn't change the world, but it has changed me, and it changed my perception.
So all my sugar levels, BP levels got reduced. It is a miracle because when I went to my doctor a couple of weeks before with my blood routines, she got surprised because I used to take some medication for sugars. Now there is no sugar.
If at all, for me, if there is anything to do with meditation, it's about moving from that limited mindset toward that infinite mindset. It's a journey.
I would like to congratulate the Buddha CEO organization, how they have produced nicely and very and elegantly the quality of the magazine.
I've been meditating regularly. I also became 100% vegetarian.
The biggest thing I learned was like liberation. I felt anew again.
Sleeping disorder disappeared. My rheumatoid arthritis was very high. Even that was recovered.
I am very fortunate enough for not only meeting Patriji, but also be nurtured by his great love and wisdom.
He has been the ambassador of meditation. He has touched every soul. Whenever he spoke to the souls of everybody.
We did 40 days. By 40th day, I was feeling so, relaxed.
Definitely, I feel this minute of my life is really in a different place. My views changed, my confidence level changed.
So, got?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Wait a minute. I've got 5 minutes to go through a few slides.
Sure.
All right. So that program that you're seeing, that many people have talked about, just want to run you through 3-4 minutes of some stats. At the end of 3 weeks, this is what people have said. At the end of 3 weeks, the study findings, we do these programs regularly, and in this case, I believe maybe about 70 participants have responded. And there are various metrics, and all of them, these are all self-assessment studies that we do through them. And then various metrics on productivity, energy levels, mindfulness, that means they're aware of more what they're doing, manifestation, ability to, even in 3 weeks, they'll think and they'll feel that things are happening for them. That means what they think is what's happening. And the sleep patterns and their emotional quotient, fears reducing, confident. These are all percentage of people who went through the program have found a change in them. That's what we are seeing as the numbers, right? And so the first one here, I'm able to pay close attention to one thing for a long period of time. So concentration, something fundamental to produce great results, right? 53% more focused on one activity for a long period of time. And then, the natural ability of meditation helping us to learn new skills because a lot of neural capacity increases. So then here, 80% easy to learn, and then find it very, very easy to learn new skills, right? And then it's about sleep. There is a plenty of sleep metrics that we see. People start seeing benefits. 47% getting sleep in less than 15 minutes. And you see here, Sai, very, very youngster, Sai Ram Reddy, and then he's just get into this whole sleep thingy, right? But then how good it is, so meditation is just very effortless. There's no medication giving sleep. People fall into sleep. And then many of them are saying now they're sleeping less. So that means you've got more time, right? So breaking the myth that I've got to sleep for 8 hours. I used to be in that myth. Now I sleep between 4 to 5 hours consistently. Now, if you're an executive or a leadership, you want time, here it goes. Another great time management tool that comes here, right? And then people automatically changing to healthier food habits, automatically. Just get into meditation, they're saying that I'm eating healthy, I'm naturally are getting rejecting things that are unwanted for me. So they're saying it. And then 70% feel nourished and happy after eating. So they're more mindful about eating, right? Body present, mind absent. So that's not what it is. So they're more mindful about eating, and so they feel it's more nourished. This is about relationship. 77 feel they develop the trust on the people. It's a mistrust. That's what causes us to have more broken relationships, conflicts. We never trust anything. So people automatically start trusting. When you start with trust, many things happen. So then 87% feel my relationships are improving, very healthy, right? All of these in 3 weeks of practice, we are coming in every day, doing about 40 minutes of meditation practice, and they're learning some wisdom, which is they are rewiring the brain circuit so that 3 weeks later, they're changing their behavioral patterns are changing significantly of this nature. And then synchronicity is about manifestation. So when you are seeing synchronicities, and you come in, you think of something, you want to go into that promotion, suddenly you'll find an opportunity showing up in front of you, apply for it, and then so it happens. That's called synchronicity, right? So many of them happen with meditation. 60% at the end of 3 weeks find that they find synchronicity. And another great important aspect of meditation, friends, is improves your service ability, meaning your interest towards service, helping others naturally. And so many people, when they go through this meditation, they say, I'm interested in more volunteering, contributing more. A great asset to the companies when they introduce this, the CSRs can flourish. So different. So many metrics that we track here, but then the essence is that if you haven't taken a 40-day program, if you haven't plunged into it, it doesn't matter whether it's Buddha CEO, it's Pyramid Valley, or with any other organization, Pyramid Spirits Academy, but then take a plunge and then see, and then go through it for 40 days consistently, right? That wisdom is there, and then Lord, whatever they say during that 40-day program, it's like an experimentation ground. They'll ask you to read some books, they'll ask you to meet some people, talk to people, or phone or whatever, and then share something. Just do whatever is being told, and then it's all part of the learning, and it's part of synthesizing. And if you do that, then we are sure finding ourselves to be somebody far greater. Now, this meditation that we're calling is Raj Yoga, right? Raj Yoga is training of the mind, something that Swami Vivekananda significantly propagated, and so that's something that Patrisa actually promoted to millions of people. And you also find many of this information, if you are new to PSS movement, something called pyramid meditation channels. So you look for PMC channels, and then in all languages you'll get this information. Various types of information is there, something that can get you started with everyone in your family, not only yourself. So thank you very much for being here on this important aspect to listen through this. Thank you.
So can we take few questions? I'm sure after listening this,
Okay,
people
sure.
might have few questions.
Sure. Any questions? Yes, sir. I'll give a mic.
Yeah.
Namaskar, sir. So,
Yes.
what's the significance of meditation in a pyramid?
Okay. Pyramid by itself is an energy device. So there are 3 benefits: preservation, healing, and altered states of consciousness. When pyramid is built with this geometric proportion, like 51 degree, 51 is angle. So altered states of consciousness, that means people come into pyramid and meditate, then are going into emptier states faster, beginners. And then advanced meditators are going into deeper meditations. And so Patrisa discovered this technology back in 1980s, and he said, why not I use pyramid for meditation purpose? He found some articles somewhere where Paul Brunton meditated in Giza pyramid, and he found deep things. So whatever that transcribed him, so he found and said, let me use meditation pyramids for meditation. So he formed and said, instead of building a meditation hall in any normal shape, build it in the pyramid shape, right? And then naturally you are harnessing the energy that pyramid preserves and conserves here. And there is so much of scientific research is there, which is showing that pyramids are storehouse of energy. And so then it helps us to empty the mind faster and then go into deeper states. And so we put it along with meditation to strengthen or deepen our practice. Okay, like group meditation, pyramid meditation, nature meditation, and full moon meditation, music meditation. They're all meditation enhancers. So you combine all of it, and then you have a super combination of meditation to really, really take you onto an accelerated journey. Okay. Thank you.
You can take one more question.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you for sharing real life impact of Raj Yoga and meditation in leadership and everyday life. So our next speaker, we have Dr. Nandini Ashwar, madam. She will talk about how yoga dissolves stress, enhance mental well-being. It's a scientific understanding which she is going to share. Dr. Nandini is holistic yoga therapist and wellness coach. Madam, please come to the stage. She has over 30 years of experience in healing through yoga and positive living. She teaches a blend of traditional wisdom with modern wellness, and she practices how to promote physical, mental, and emotional harmony. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Gurubhyo Namaha. This stage is not new for me. I was here, I think, 15 years back. I just wanted to say the science, okay, we are very much doing a lot of research about each and everything. How sir was saying, before using anything, we just see everything. What is the ingredient? What is the expiry date? What exactly in that? Like that, now we talk about yoga and meditation. First, they'll ask why. What is the use of this? And there's lot of research has already done about yoga and meditation. I think I'm the live example for the meditation. I'm a yoga practitioner from almost 35 years. I started my yoga journey through SVS Bangalore University in the age of 16. Okay, I've done yoga for many, many years. I got a break. I met with an accident. Multiple fractures. Had a elbow injury, my shoulder injury, elbow injury. I still have all over my body marks. Even my spine was injured. L4, L5 is damaged. My pelvic bone was damaged. My knee was fractured. My ankle was fractured. I was in two-wheeler. The lorry hit me and multiple fracture. I can't do yoga. That time, I started doing meditation. 3 months, I was just on the bed. Forget about sitting, standing. I can't even able to respond for any medicine. That is the time I started my journey through meditation also. So meditation and yoga, it always goes hands to hand, always together. Meditation I started for my well-being. Yoga I started for my body, physical body. Always we start journey expecting something. Because my holidays I started yoga. I've done my YSC, I've done my DYN, I've done my BSc, many things. So yoga definitely 100% helps, and we have lot of research, and we are doing still on and on researches. The same time, we just do first asanas, then the meditation. the pranayama. Meditation, pranayama, yoga, it sounds different, but it goes together. Whenever we have to do any asanas, we have to observe our breath. Whenever like we see any child, suddenly hyperactive, we said, okay, relax, relax, cool. Why it is cool and relax? When we are in full anxiety and stressed, the brain is not working. When we are cool, relaxed, you can take a proper decision. We know what exactly the sense. So many times, now we are practiced meditation. And many of you have realized after doing a meditation, there's so many things change in our own mind. We came for some reason, sit for some reason. Whenever you do meditation, our mind changes. Same thing happens when you do yoga. We think, I can't do yoga. My body is not flexible. And you practice day by day, the flexibility makes you be a perfection. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. When we practice yoga, our chitta vritti nirodha, it just calms down our mind. We just get the clarity of our mind. It strengthens our mind. When our mind is relaxed and calm, I think what I think, double we can achieve. I think, okay, I can try this. Maybe I can do it, or I may not able to do it. If you give the same task to any yoga practitioner, any meditation practitioner, they'll do 110%. Like, up to the mark. This, many times we generalize, and we do so many students we take, so many housewives, and we do researches, how it works, before the meditation and after the meditation. And before the yoga, after the yoga, how the body works, how the mind works. Even all the researchers, more than the 92%, we have got positive results. And we have many papers that we have submitted to the university too. The benefits are more until unless we won't practice. We need practice regularly. If you do one day, I said, okay, I can do it. Second day, okay. Third day, you say, yes, it is something different. Okay, let me practice. The practice only makes perfect. As I told you, all my body had a fractures, not able to do anything, any movement. 3 months, just on the bed, only meditation. I think that is the time I learned proper meditation. And the doctor said, we'll just see, we need to replace some plate, we need some screws, this, that. It was not available. We have to wait for 15 days. That 15 days went to 20 days, then 40 days. Almost like 38 to 40 days. I think one mandala becomes 48 days. I think in that 48 days, the mandala, I think all my bones started recovering. After the surgery, they found, I think you don't need the surgery now. I was supposed to get it done 3 surgeries, and they said, now you don't require surgery. We'll wait for another 3 weeks. Because if I do 1 or 2 days or 10 days, 5 days, result is less. And many people, they'll ask, I done practiced yoga, no result. I've practiced meditation, no result. First thing I'll ask, how many days you practiced? What do you practice? How do you practice? I saw in the TV and I practiced. I saw in the book and I practiced. But I always advise, you should have a guru. If you don't have a guru and you cannot able to practice properly, only guru will advise, only a teacher will advise, what you're doing is right, no, this is not correct, do the corrections. The correction is very important. In this, I'd just like to say one word. Dhyana moolam gurur murthim, puja moolam Gurur Padam. Mantra Moolam, Gurur Vakyam, Mokshan Moolam, Gurur Kshana. See, if you have a guru, with the guru, they say no, they'll give Diksha, the guru will give Diksha, guru will give mantras. That is nothing but it will make you strong. It will make you concentrate. When we concentrate, we learn through Guru, I think definitely we'll achieve. I think I visited almost 10 years back to Pyramid Valley. That time, our Patriji was sitting on that corner. So I could not able to sit on the floor still. So first thing was, Guruji was asking me, had your lunch? I was just thinking lunch. I said yes. If you have proper food, you can sit for a long time for the meditation. So first thing asked me, have your lunch and come back and sit for the meditation. I said, no, I was fasting from morning. Today is the Purnima. They said, no, you can have something and come. After that, I realized I was practicing with him. I could able to sit on the ground more than 3 hours. So I was just thinking, I'm sitting 3 hours, I don't think I cannot able to get up now. So I was just thinking how to get up. So next to me is some teacher was sitting, practitioner. He just helped me, asked me what. No, I think I cannot able to get up. I think my legs are become numb. I said, no, you just sit, take a deep breath in, breathe out. So from that time I realized, yes, what we practice, I always think it is 100% perfect and it's correct. When we know someone is, every day there is so many things we need to learn from each and every one. When we learn, I stretched, I got up and I walked. And from that day I'd say, people, please practice. Just don't compare here or there. Just practice. Just get into yourself. Do the journey inward. The university says meditation helps all your sleep disorders. Right now, I have one participant. We won't call the patient. I have a participant. It is MS, multiple sclerosis. And there is no medicine or no reason why it is. In that case, they can't do any asanas. That time, the meditation will help. There is a children, I can't make them to sit and do the meditation. For them, the yoga will help. See, this goes hands in hand. Some people this will help, some people that will help. If the children, you just make them, they will sit in Vajrasana very easily. You don't need to tell them, okay, sit in the Vajrasana. They will always sit in the Vajrasana. You don't need to tell them to sit in Padmasana. They will sit in Padmasana all the time. For elderly people, oh, I can't do this. Okay, ask them to do meditation practice. This balances your brain, emotions. Many times we won't be able to decide properly some critical moments and the situations. That time you just sit quiet for 2 minutes. If you don't know meditation, it's okay. Just sit, observe your breath, observe your prana. What is pranayama? Because I'm standing here because I have a prana, right? The minute if I die, the prana is not there. Then what is that prana means? It's just a breath. I'm breathing, so I'm alive. My prana is here. If I'm not breathing, the prana is not there. Because the oxygen is free, I don't know how to breathe. Okay, I'm breathing. But I can tell, more than 60% of people, they don't know how to breathe only. People who are sitting here, okay, you all know how to breathe in, breathe out, how to do meditation and pranayama. Many people, they don't know how to breathe in and breathe out. Unless and until they go to the hospital and they stay. They pay for it, for the oxygen. When they pay for the oxygen, they know the value of the breath. They will take deep breath in and deep breathe out. Because we paid for the oxygen. Now the oxygen is free, so we don't know, okay, it's good, life is going on. After the food, you have to deep breathe in, deep breathe out. Before starting your meditation, start with the deep breath in and deep breathe out. I think if you start practicing yoga and pranayama, meditation, we don't need a doctors. Any doctor here? I'm sorry to say. So we don't need doctor immediately. We can live happily and healthily. Happily because we are practicing yoga, body is very flexible. Practicing pranayama and the meditation, we are in bliss. Our mind status is totally different. You just talk to any meditator. They're very calm, very cool, very relaxed. If you are in the sir, what's this? They said, okay, relax. Tell me what. See, that is what the change, transformation, when you practice meditation and pranayama. And if you see any yoga practitioner, you just throw something, they won't struggle. Easily they will bend and they'll pick up and they'll give to you. You'll be wondering, how can they so flexible? The flexibility just starts from here, not our physical body. We think everything is in our body. My body is very flexible, my body is not flexible. No. This has to be flexible. Mind. Acceptance for learning. When you learn, open to learn, then we can make a change. We can make a lot of difference. Practice can make perfect. I've seen many patients in Nimans and in our Ramaya hospital. Before we didn't have the wing of yoga and meditation. We just had a Ayurvedic and naturopathy. Now from last 3 years, we have a wing for meditation. Today we organize yoga day in the morning. We have a opening ceremony of our meditation center. We had a room, but we didn't have the meditation room. Today we opened the health club and we introduced meditation hall. Because so many people comes and they said, stress. You just talk to any small kid, too much of stress. I think school kids, where is the stress? They learn these words, stress, tension. Especially for the exam time, we get so many students get sick and admitted in the hospital. We do counseling, then we'll come to know the stress. What is the stress? They say, fear. You do practice pranayama, you will become fearless. According to the research, this will make your brain stronger. Fearless. Even Parkinson. People say like, they can't able to balance anything, they can't remember things, they can't do anything. Still you just make them to practice. The result is 90%. Because if I say 100%, this is no, there's a 1 or 2 case. Yes, it depends how much we practice, how many hours we practice. In our Yasvyasa Yoga University, we have done lot of research, not only about the asanas, even the meditation and the pranayama. The pranayama, we control our breath, we increase our breath space. Now we do, we increase 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, up to 30 seconds, 1 minute. This just improves our blood circulation. In day-to-day life, we need healthy life, healthy body. This, our 10th International Yoga Day, our logo, our motto also is One Earth, One Health. Positive health being. Positive health. Again, this time we are talking about lot about meditation. All these days we are talking about yoga. Yes, yoga. 50% yoga. More than 50% we need meditation and pranayama. In the meditation and pranayama, we can cure so many diseases. So many diseases we have cured. We have our files, we have our research reports. Unfortunately, I could not able to get my PDF because since morning I attended 3 programs. So we have regularly uh, giving in the newspapers and magazines, even TV channels. You please watch, please practice. And even the Buddha CEO, they have a magazines, and in that they are giving. I just recently, one book I was just reading. And we just read about others' opinion, others' experience. I just want each and everyone give your opinion, your experience. Unless and until we won't practice, we won't get the experience and opinion. And thank you very much for this opportunity. Thanks a lot. Once again, I'm on the dais, but unfortunately our Patriji is not there. And all our senior sirs. And they've been practicing and motivating more young generation, young people, young crowd. And I request each and everyone practice, teach. I want each and every house one teacher, one meditation teacher, one yoga teacher. Because of one Chandru sir or one Gurumurti sir, one Nandini cannot reach. If each one of you go and teach 10 people, teach your own family members, I think we can increase our meditation teachers and yoga teachers. This is my personal request. Each one of you teach at least 10 people. Then I think everywhere we can practice yoga and the meditation. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Nandini ma'am, for teaching us such a powerful and practical approach to deal with stress in our day-to-day life. So for felicitation, I would request Harish sir to please come on the stage. And music, please. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So now we move to our final session, which is a panel discussion on theme of Yoga Karmeshu Kaushalam. Several meditators have been highly vocal about how meditation reduces stress and how they translate to success in all spheres of life. Let's understand it from our esteemed panelists, how their yoga and meditation journey transformed their lives. Session will be moderated by our own Chandra sir. Please welcome sir. And I would like to invite our panelist, Mr. Suresh Kalbugri, sir. Dr. Anuradha Satyasaleen ma'am, and Reshma Salian ma'am. Please come to this stage. So while they are coming on stage, I'll introduce Dr. Suresh sir. He has 10 plus years of experience as a CEO and director of CTDI India. Also, he has co-founded startup which is Dizzy Corp. Welcome, sir. Dr. Anuradha ma'am, she is currently working in Christ University as a professor in Department of Psychology. Welcome, ma'am. And Reshma ma'am, she has 17 plus years of experience in the software industry, and she is regular meditator. Through her practice, she has successfully manifested her various goals in reality. Welcome, ma'am.
And may I also request Shri Sharad Mittalji to come here. Sharad Mittalji, an ex-Air Force personnel living from Coimbatore. Yes, sir. Okay, friends, we'll make it quick. And I won't speak, and we'll have the panelists speak here. While yoga is emptying the mind stuff, but yoga leads to excellence in everything we do. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam means excellence in life. Kaushalam in life. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. The statement is excellence in life, in all areas and all angles. And so we have panelists, and then see through them, either their research understanding or through their practical application of their life or their organization, their communities, how it's helping them see themselves and the communities improve their lives in many, many walks of it. So it's really, really a free flow where there is no specific area of it, but we are saying yoga and meditation is really improving lives. So we'll start with Suresh Kalburgiji. Is a very successful entrepreneur come corporate executive, doing tremendous amount of PSS movement work now, multiple projects. I'll let him speak.
Yeah, thank you, Chandraji. Friends, it's always an honor for us to be part of this Pyramid Valley, and today being the Yoga Day, it's a pleasure for me to share my journey and experience. So, of course, as the word itself speaks, right? The yoga is nothing but a union, right? Finding union within ourselves in union to the external world, right? What I found is the biggest, efficiency improvement or enhancement is that, realization that, everything is connected. The world is connected now, right? So just like you have a mobile, wherever you go, the tower, it connects to the nearest tower of the mobile network, right? So this is very, very important part. We need to be in this awareness that, we are all connected. Wherever and whatever, however we think, we work, we belong, everything is connected, right? So this realization has helped me particularly to be in this awareness. And, there's nothing called as an isolation at all now. Be it at work, be it at home, be it at the societal work, or be the spiritual work, everything is seamlessly integrated and seamlessly connected. And there's nothing called as a void at all here. It is up to us now how to, with this awareness, how do we channelize everything into the formations that we want to form, the energies that we want to channelize, where and how you want to. It's like a dam of water. You have to know where to flow that and what you want to grow, which crop to grow, right? So this is what I can say, that I am a source of tremendous energy, and I am nothing but a part of the universal force as well. and it just that joining the dots now. So wherever you want to join it, then it starts working there. So this is where I can sense that it's going on, and I have been into this meditational practices since 2009, and I'm finding time for everything that I want to give for, right? So apart from being successful in my entrepreneurial journey, I manage a business of about 2,000 people within India, and also connect to a lot of other global communities, being part of a US board as well. So, and I have met Patriji in 2009-10, and then since then it's been a great affair for me to balance everything. So with the personal life, financial life, spiritual life, business life, and my own experiential journey as well, right? So I'm able to manage it and give time for everything that is possible. Of course, as I said, I'm happy to say that I'm part of PMC Kannada channel, which is a great channel. There are many pyramid meditation channels introduced by Patriji, and I'm part of PMC Kannada. Then I'm also working with PAIMA Global, which is a youth program, which is we are coming up with a program now in August 15, 16, 17. And then definitely we work with many other, wherever there are pyramid projects that we involve in inauguration, supporting, covering all this information and things like that. And, it's going on like that. Yeah. That's a quick introduction about myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh. I'm finding time for everything. I think is a sum that we take. Meditation helps you to find time. Let's understand from Professor Anuradha Madam. We happened to work together in a previous conference. A master of so much of wisdom. Yes, madam.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, everybody. I wouldn't introduce myself as a master. I'm a learner. That's why I am here to learn among you as well as with you. That is how I would like to introduce myself. And definitely I will say, today I am here. It is not that I am meditating, it is I have manifested it. 1 week back I was just thinking, why there is no call, there is no interaction with Chandra ji or Sai ji or none of the others, Salyan ma'am. And I practiced this manifestation. All of a sudden, day before yesterday, there was a call, there was a message, and I felt really happy in terms of the call. So I'm like a child trying to see whether my manifestation is helping. When I'm telling this here, some of you might be thinking, oh, this lady is coming here and bluffing something. It is not. That's why I'm saying I'm really learning. For example, a couple of months back, when the mangoes were growing, myself and my husband were walking around in the apartment. And we didn't taste that mango at all. Apartment, the tree was blooming. And I was telling, we should taste this. How do we pluck this? We have to ask the security, like that. Then I was telling, no, mango will come to me. Mango will come to me. 10 rounds. 10th round, just below the tree, it fell. Believe it or not, my husband is here, you can ask. We just looked at, like a thief. Oh, nobody's there. I just took the mango. And that was because of the manifestation. Similarly, 3 days back, believe it or me, not, sir called. And I was in the classroom, I couldn't take the class. And then after all the meetings, everything got over. I messaged back and he said, would you like to join? Morning I woke up and immediately I checked with my husband, can we go? Is it a holiday? Yes. So we are all here because something or other thing which is connecting us, karma, right? Positive karma. That's why we are all here. And that's my personal experience in terms of meditation or manifestation. As well as one more thing which I would like to tell you, share here. One generation in India, or 2 generations possibly, we have started believing that Western knowledge Western system is the best system, right? Including myself, or when I was there in my parents' place, we used to think that, okay, speaking good English, the Queen's English is the best thing. Or eating something which is not prepared by our family, our custom, right? That is the best thing. That is what is civilization. That is how we have lost the knowledge of our Indian system of healing, yoga, meditation, our eating habits. Couple of them were mentioning about eating habits. What we used, Patriji's, when Nandini ma'am was speaking, Patriji was mentioning to her, go eat and come back. It is gut mind, gut consciousness. That is what Pitamaha has spoken about it. And we all, if you just go back, or my age, probably you will remember, buying palm olive oil or refined oils. We were thinking that coconut or cooking in coconut oil or sesame oil or sarso ka tel is not good. We all were fooled by the thoughts, Western thoughts. I studied psychology with Western books. But when I realized that so much is there in our custom, in our Indian custom, in our Indian practices. Indian psychology came from India. Max Muller translated everything. Carl Jung, his red color book is there, still not opened. Jungian psychologist. He borrowed heavily, Panchakosha. But we all follow Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory. 5 sheets, which has been spoken 6,000 years back in Panchakosha, Tiriguna theory. It is there. We have all been fooled by our own thoughts. That is what I would like to share here. But at least, like gurus, Pitamaha, or other gurus, and leaders like Chandraji, Saiji, and all of them are bringing that awareness among us. That is what we need to take it back to our home. We need to tell that, hey, I'm not coming from a barbarian society, highly civilized society. Nalanda. Even small thing, irrigation. We are all thinking, okay, Western irrigational system engineering is the best one. Of course, I am not talking ill about Western knowledge. Rani Ki Vav in Rajasthan, Gujarat. Or Kallanai in Tamil Nadu, 2000 years back, still standing. So the knowledge, the Indian knowledge, that is what we need to tap and promote. Thanks to Ministry of Ayush and our leader, national leaders like Modi ji. It has been propagated now positively. We are all coming together. We are feeling happy to be a part of this. When Nandini ma'am was saying, 3rd program she is attending. And every year, Chandraji is creating this kind of awareness programs. This is the knowledge we need to be very, very proud of. We need to be very much practicing it. There are scientific evidences. Research is happening. We are not talking about without scientific evidence. Evidence-based knowledge, whatever I spoke, evidence-based. I remember my mother used to buy palm olive oil. She used to say, oh, with that 40 rupees, I can buy 2 kilos of it. 1 kilo of sesame oil, nalla ennai, was 40 rupees. I am talking about my childhood days, not now. But that was fooled by so many of Western influence. To sell palm oil, best market was India. We prepare murukku, nipattu. Always we prepare something or other things, right? They created a market here, but we lost that. How that nalla ennai, good oil, it is called nalla ennai. Why that nalla ennai? Sesame oil is called nalla ennai. Now evidence is saying that eating nalla ennai, sesame oil, is good for your heart, good for your skin. Or coconut oil. Everybody, no, coconut oil is no, don't eat coconut at all. You will have heart failure. Now evidence says coconut oil is good. Similarly, sarson ka tel. So I normally would like to, wherever I am going, I would like to address this. Follow your ancestors, whatever they prepared. If your ancestor prepared something with some oil or something with jaggery or whatever is your own traditional cooking method, your gut brain is very important. It starts from here. Your meditation starts from here. That is what Nandini, I was meditating the moment Nandini ma'am was telling, I just opened my eyes. Wow. Your consciousness comes from here, gut brain. It is again evidence based. I will not take too much of time, but I would like to conclude here saying meditation or Raja Yoga is definitely helpful. Stick with your family tradition. Stick with your the DNA of yours. What is your DNA? From which place you are coming from? Follow that. That is enough, more than enough. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Chandraji, I manifested and you called. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, madam. Ancient systems are there. In the one world, India is represented in the one world, so it's greatly there, but in the one world. So elder brothers and younger brothers from the other side are bringing it into an easy to understand language. But India owns, but it is brought it out in an easy to understand language, so we are following, right? It's easy, it is good, right? Difficult to read versus easy to understand, but bringing it up and saying, yes, it is all there, depth of it is there from the past, so it doesn't have to be through evidentially seen now. Yes, sir, Reshmaji.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. So 3 years back, with work, I used to be in state like always overthinking, lot of negative thinking and fear of unknown challenges. All this led in my workplace to be focusing more on the problem rather than solution. That led me to more of confusion, stress, mental stress. And I used to carry that even to home. And there, with less patience and just trying to manage things rather than leaving a kind of emotional stress, I can say. So this was my condition. I was looking out for the solution. I sincerely practiced for 40 days, and I could see day by day changes. As I said, I was overthinking person, and my thoughts reduced. I became more calmer. That's where I realized, I became aware of my thoughts and feelings. So confusion to calmness, clarity. Whatever unwanted thoughts, actions were there, I could recognize that and stop it. I could focus on what I really need. I could see a lot of improvement in my day-to-day work. It can be office or even at home. At home, I can say, as I said earlier, I should just manage things. Preparing TV, okay, just do that. It's more of doing. Then I can see my emotional thing improved and the trust between my relation all improved. So that's why I can say that with meditation, I became more aware and living more consciously. Thank you. Thanks for all the wonderful work Pyramid Valley and Buddhas you are doing to spread this awareness to the world. It's a great change for each and every one of us. Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Something more fundamental. Awareness to change our thinking, move from problem to solution. And that's what meditation is. We move from problem-oriented to solution-oriented person. So let's hear from Sharad Mittalji.
Namaste, everybody. I do not know what to say because just surprisingly, Chandra sir called me on the stage that you have to be here. Well, just a small introduction. I was with the Indian Air Force and worked there for 21 years, and then I took voluntary retirement. Meditation bug I will call it as a bug. It was there since childhood. I wanted to learn meditation. When I was in 7th or 8th class, I went to Rishikesh, wanted to take initiation from Swamiji, and then he did initiate me, but the life was not to, meditation life was not to start at that time. And Air Force life, though it has given me my livelihood, but it was a big hindrance in the field of meditation because there the definition of happiness was totally different. The partying and, you can understand the life of the defense personnel. Of course, they are great people, and I don't say that there is anything wrong with that life. But the meditation life took a little challenge. And after I voluntarily retired from the Air Force, that's the time my real journey in the field of yoga, meditation, pranayam started. Some challenges in between happened, and I had to stop some spiritual practices. I will not like to mention those things here, but 3 years back, I was in USA with my brother. That's the time I received a email from Mr. Karthikeyan that there is a 40-day program starting on meditation. I asked my brother, should I join? He said, okay, I'll also join. So both of us, we signed up. On the very first day, I told Chandra sir that I am scared of getting into meditations because of certain things which I was associating with the meditation. But he said, no, this meditation, you continue, I am there with you. And true to his words, he had been with me from the day one. And now it's been 3 years that regularly I am doing practice, sometimes 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours also. And the life is going on much better. My physical health has improved. My mental stresses have gone. And I am leading a very peaceful now, very, wonderful life. About 2 years back, I had moved out from my Delhi house to a retirement home in Coimbatore. Now, Coimbatore is a new place for me. Tamil-speaking people mostly, which I don't understand, which I have no idea about it. But then, since I was into yoga, meditation, pranayam and all that, I said, let me also introduce the same thing to the other members of the community. So I did start there. Of course, it's a very small community. A few people joined and they started loving it, and they also started sharing that they are feeling much better. So I make it as now the mission of my life is to spread this meditation to as many as possible who all can benefit. Recently, I met a person who is undergoing, his kidneys have now totally gone, and he has to go for dialysis every alternate day. So I've started telling him that, okay, maybe it is possible that if you start doing regular meditation practices, the kidneys may get revived. This was just about 10 days, 15 days back. I only told him about this. Then he took me all the tracks which I had, and he started doing meditation while undergoing the dialysis process. He said, I did 2 hours of meditation while the dialysis process was on. So I'm sure that things will start getting improvements will start happening once he's physically, mentally. I told him that your thoughts and feelings will cause the reality. So I pray for him. I also feel that he should be all right soon. So this is the mission now, as I am telling you, that to spread the knowledge of meditation to as many as possible. So I just say that every one of you who are new here, who are not doing meditation, start doing it from the right today itself. From today onwards, you start getting into this field of meditation. And 40-day program is going on, so you can join anytime. And I just have to say this much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. We have a master in Hyderabad. Both kidneys failed. And he did exactly that. Meditation revived the kidneys, and then he moved away from dialysis and is happily there. We should make your friend talk to that master. So you are absolutely right. Then in suggesting him that do meditation, it can revive. It revived.
So he told me that he is doing well. It takes 4 hours for the complete process to go on. He says he started doing meditation while lying down, and the process is on, and he is doing meditation that time now.
Awesome. Thank you, Sharadji, for doing this. In another 10 years in India, we'll have 20% of the population, 10 years or 15 years, 20% is senior citizens, where healthcare is a challenge, where lowest confidence level because suddenly you retire and they don't know what to do. But not the case with Sharadji. Our parents have to be immediately introduced meditation because they'll move them into a purpose. The reason illness is there because we don't do anything and they've been told very falsely that the retirement sit at home idly waiting for the child to show up or a grandchild to show up. That never happens. And so instant meditation is there, the purpose is there. Now he found, and then independently he and his sister who are very seniors there, but they found the joy and then happily spreading meditation wherever they are. They are very fully empowered to travel. Are you worried? Independently travel?
Not at all.
Yes. So empowered to travel, empowered to give what we have, feeling so much meaning, dear friends. So 20% of the Indian population going to be senior citizens, and we really have so much to do. And then this meditation will really be the greatest friend to them, right? So before we conclude, I'd like to ask one thing. You just tell quickly, what's the spiritual concept that you use most, like thoughts create reality, guilt breeds guilt experience. I just recognize that I never feel guilty about anything. What are your concepts that are one or two that you use in your life? Your spiritual concepts. Just concept, name,
Yeah,
how it applies.
just one thing which I realized that is helping me a lot is that through the meditational practices, I have lost the complete sense of anything called as a lag or a deficiency syndrome, right? So that's the biggest thing that's helping me. So anything that I start to work and do something, I don't have anything called as a doubt that whether it will happen, it will not happen, whether the person will do it or he will not do it and things like that, right? So it's just that I put my sight and thought on it, then that's how it starts blooming and it starts transforming and manifesting by itself. So that's
Awesome.
how, it's just my focus and there's no, it just start from surety. Yeah.
Sure. So I removed fear and doubt. Fear, doubt, and uncertainty are three things that do not help us manifest. So you removed that. Great. Reshma madam.
Yes, so first about thoughts create reality. So this was very new to me when I understood from the classes. And now I see whenever the reality challenges or something comes, I just introspect. Is that thought, my thought is creating that? Is there any alignment issue with my thought and action? So this mindful practice, right, that I use it more, and it really changed my outer reality, the way is good for me. So that is what I do.
Okay, so mindful thinking of staying focused on what you want. That's the concept. Sharadji.
Sometimes back, I attended a workshop and there a question was asked, what are your fears? I said, I have only one fear in my life, that when I grow old, and if I'm not able to walk around, the old age takes over me, then who's there to help me? My children, they are all there. I mean, everybody's children now, they are busy in their own lives. I said, what will be my fate at that time? So I said, that is the only fear I have. After I've started doing meditations, not only that fear, but the fear of death has just evaporated. Now I feel that with the help of meditations, not only I can take care of my own self, I can take care of many others around me, and empower them that they can take care of, they can live happily till the last breath is on. So that's the take over, and this is what I've gained from the meditations.
Thank you. Live a life of no fear, and meditation help you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to start with what Chandraji was mentioning. While he started his meditation journey, he was thinking about his bosses. Oh, this is coming from my boss. It is not my thoughts. How my thoughts will change it. While he was doing the talk, he was mentioning that. So I strongly believe that meditation helps in changing others' thoughts also. If I think my boss is not good, or my husband is having some negative thoughts about me, meditation gives the power to change their thoughts through my thought. That is what is very important. There is a paradigm shift also happens. Normally, we tend to say, for example, if Salin ma'am is not speaking or something she has told me, immediate reaction would be like this from my side. Oh, she's a bad lady. I don't have to speak with her. I will not pick up her call. But meditation or manifestation changes this paradigm in me. I will, okay, Salin has told me this. Probably she would have had this in her mind. So I will put myself into her shoes and think, okay, this might be the reason. So I am giving a doubt there, so I am not judging her. Automatically, I am expanding my warmth, my love and affection. Okay, there is hope. She will come back to me. She will talk to me. That kind of paradigm shift happens in meditation, because of meditation or yoga. So automatically, our life in our hand, we can change it. That is what I would like to conclude.
Thank you, Anuradha madam. That's great. So you shift your vibration, automatically things shift, and so that happens through increased understanding. So thank you, dear friends, so for joining here, and then we conclude while we invite Sai and Shivarampaji and Dr. Anuradha to be here, so that I facilitate it and conclude it here. And I'd like to ask each of you one book that you recommend you read, it has helped you.
Conversation with God. That's a book.
Raja Yoga by Vivekananda. There are 12 books are there by Vivekananda. Each sentence, I think we need 1 year, one yuga for us to learn. But lots of meanings that the speech which in Chicago he has given, that itself, that one speech itself is enough for, I think, this janma for me to understand.
Around 35 years back, I had read that book, Autobiography Yogi. That changed my thought process, and I'm now going to start it again, reading it now. I very strongly recommend that that book should be read, Autobiography of a Yogi.
Yeah, one of the best books I recommend is Seth Speaks, The Wisdom from a great master called Seth. So it's a beautiful book.
Great. Thank you very much, dear friends. Regular meditation, we heard that wisdom is important. Seth Speaks, Autobiography of Yogi, Raj Yoga by Vivekananda, and Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. That was a book that changed my life. Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, book 1. So all of those are amazing, amazing books that we take on and then practice meditation. May I request Professor Dr. Satsyaranji also to please come onto the stage. Yes, sir. Yes.
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
are here, please be here.
Yes, sir.
Satsiranji, your message. You have been a staunch practitioner.
Sorry, I'm quite a little unaware of this one, but yeah, this is a really very close practice to my heart and my mind, and I know we've been talking a lot of meditation, and meditation does give a lot of internal power. That is for sure. I think the vibrations we talked of, whether we talk about in science, quantum, whatever, it does give a lot of power to us in terms of how we can change the world and reflect the world. But I also would like to reflect that as much as we focus on ourselves through meditation, it's also important how do we engage with the outside world. Because meditation, yeah, I mean, I know I meditate, but once I go into the world, all that meditative thoughts really gets disturbed by the interactions I have with the world. So how do I engage it? I will borrow from what the Buddha said. I think when you engage with the world, what you call the attitude towards the world, the Brahma Viharas. So the 4 Brahma Viharas that Buddha strongly recommends is 1, to have a sense of goodwill, that energy that Anuradham talked of. How do I engage with others, have a sense of goodwill and not a sense of ill will? The other is a sense of compassion as against being cruel or, this one, cruelty towards others, the sense of compassion. The third is more around having a sense of empathetic joy towards others. When they achieve something, are we happy or are we getting envious? So sense of happiness. And the fourth is, what this one says, karmaneva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal heturbuhu mate sangots. That be equanimous in whether success or failure. So these are the 4 really. So while we focus internally on meditation, when we engage with the world, I would say have a sense of goodwill, a sense of compassion, a sense of equanimity, and a sense of joy at the achievement of others. So that's the message.
Thank you, sir. Meditation is developing all the Brahma Viharas. We practice, it feeds to more meditation, but we do more meditation, it feeds, develops the Brahma Viharas too. Yes, so my request our Shankar sir, General Manager, please to come and then do our vote of thanks here. So as we are here, concluding this very important program, let's
Also, we would like to invite Sai Kripa sir, for the closing.
All right, so while we wait for Shankar sir to come, so we had a wonderful day of International Yoga Day celebrations here in Pyramid Valley, being organized by Buddha CEO, Pyramid Valley International, and a lot of other branches of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement. After a wonderful morning yoga session with around 300 people here, we started this Samyoga conference. And we first listened to Dr. Shivaramappa sir talking about the science, the research findings behind how Anapanasati meditation helped alleviate stress, reduce anxiety, amazing findings. And then we looked at how technology, in this world of technology, how conscious use of technology helps improve our consciousness and not get aligned, using technology as a tool to expand consciousness, not just by technology, but also the use of it, appropriate use of it. And then we heard Chandra sir talk about Raja Yoga, the science behind Raja Yoga, and how our brain and physiology changes, which in turn changes our behavior. And thanks to Dr. Nandini ma'am, we understood the essence of the combination of Hatha Yoga and meditation. They spoke about a lot of examples as well. And of course, the wonderful panel discussion from each and every one, very inspiring to hear your experiences and also know insights about how meditation, the key thought, the key concept that helped you. So amazing day, International Yoga Day. It's also going inward. We had a wonderful meditation session as well. So thanks to all the organizers, thanks to Chandra sir, Buddha CEO team, Pyramid Valley team, who put this together in such a short time, and with the only message of spreading yoga and meditation to everyone. So thank you, and I request Shankar.
I'll take it.
Quickly.
Yeah. Practice yoga, pranayama and meditation, and practice regularly. We start and we forget. We start and we forget. This is a good day, and whole world is recognized our yoga, and pranayama meditation. Let us start and practice so that the benefits will be lot for you and surrounding by you people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to conclude this event with a vote of thanks. I would like to thank the Ministry of Ayush, CCRYN, Government of India, Dr. Mohan Rao and Raghavendra Rao sir, helping us organizing this event and recognizing us as an official partner for this Yoga Samyoga event. I would like to thank Pyramid Valley International Management Trustee Kaushik Daga sir and all the management team, Shankar sir, Chandu, Harish and Shalini madam for all their support and PVI staffs as well. And I would like to thank Buddha Sivo core team and all the volunteers for all the support for this event. And I would like to thank the volunteers, audience for attending this wonderful session and making this event successful, and one and all who supported this particular event. Thanks everyone. Thanks all the speakers and the panelists as well. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, PMC.